Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Musically Me and you are here for another tiny review. What I wanted to focus on for this tiny review is a show from Netflix. It was added around Halloween. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So I'm thinking this is like a little unique play on, I think, like the late 90s, early 2000s show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Now I will make this comment. I never was really a fan of Sabrina the Teenage Witch that came on TV. I remember watching a couple of episodes, but not really, wasn't really into it. So for any of you all who were fans of that show, you can kind of draw connections between them. I really can't make any connections, and I'm not sure what with the Netflix show what's consistent with what the TV series Sabrina the Teenage Witch was. But I'm just gonna go with what I've watched and what I enjoy, which is the Netflix series. So this show, it's basically, you know, the premise is that she's a teenage witch, and she's supposed to be following in the footsteps of her father, who was like a really popular warlock. If you guys don't know, that's a male witch, and her mother was a mortal, so just regular human being. So she lives with her two aunts, which is consistent with the TV series, and they serve Satan, which is also very interesting. So she lives with her aunts. I'll give you the main characters of the TV show. You have Aunt Zelda, Aunt Hilda, you have cousin Ambrose. He's a warlock. I'm not really sure if they're like blood cousins, but he lives in the house. You have Sabrina's friends, Sabrina herself. You have Sabrina's friends, Roz, Susie, and then you have Sabrina's boyfriend, who is Harvey. Other characters that are going to come up in the series, there's Miss Wardwell, Mary Wardwell. There's when she gets into acquiring her powers and coming upon her 16th birthday, which is kind of like the big event, I think, of this season. It's kind of when she becomes reborn, and it's when she like starts to really hone her powers. She is supposed to go to this academy of the unseen arts. There you have three sisters. You have Prudence, and then two others whose names I cannot remember right now, but they kind of they're kind of like the antagonist of the series. There's another guy that she meets at the academy, and it's kind of like competing romantic characters for Sabrina, him and her boyfriend, that's Harvey, in the mortal world. So those are our main characters. So I'll just give you all basically like what to look out for, because of course I don't want to give away the series. I want you guys to watch it because I think it's a good series, and like I said, Netflix does pretty well with its series, and I think it will I think it'll grow as people find out more about it and, you know, support the show. So the first episode, Sabrina is basically narrating the episode, and she's talking about her 16th birthday and how this is the big birthday for her, where she has to choose what she's going to do, if she's going to take on her witch powers and kind of leave the mortal world behind, or if she's going to choose the mortal world and not really be concerned with her witch powers, or she really wants, I feel like Sabrina's true desire is to balance both worlds. So start off in a movie theater. She's hanging out with her friends, Roz and Susie, and Harvey is also there. They end up going to like this coffee shop, something like that, and they run into Miss Wardwell. And so that meeting ends. Sabrina invites Miss Wardwell to attend something with him. I forgot what it was. But Miss Wardwell's like, no, I have other plans, you know. And so the next scene, Miss Wardwell is driving down this little darkened street, and there's a girl that goes past her, comes out of nowhere, and it scares her. So Miss Wardwell gets out of the car and she approaches the girl, and basically the girl gets in the car and she's like, you know, I just came out the woods, something is really shady in the woods, you know, something's in the woods. So they end up at Miss Wardwell's house. Miss Wardwell, she kind of had like a creepy vibe already, but she was, you know, talking to the girl, trying to get something out of the girl, to get her to explain about the woods. So the girl talks about what happened to her in the woods, and then Miss Wardwell, hold on guys, I'm checking my time. Miss Wardwell is like, well, she's like, you know, I'm the unofficial town historian, and so Miss Wardwell goes into talking about witches and stuff like that, and the name of the town is Greendale. So she's like, I'm the unofficial town historian of Greendale, and, you know, writing down the history, keeping it logged, you know, stuff like that. So Miss Wardwell's going on and on, and then the young lady is like, oh, you know about the witches and all that, and then the girl takes a pair of knives, a pair of scissors, and throws it across the room, and it slits Miss Wardwell's throat. Miss Wardwell immediately dies, and then the girl comes and stands over Miss Wardwell, and then in the next scene you see Miss Wardwell alive and well. So basically that scene was like the first scene of many that you'll see within the series of like demonic possession. So this demon killed Miss Wardwell and then entered her body to, you know, have a host body so that she can go about her earthly destruction. And so Miss Wardwell serves throughout the series as a guiding force for Sabrina. Sabrina never figures out, at least in this first season, that Miss Wardwell doesn't exactly mean well. Sabrina, like I said, wants to find a balance within the moral world and the witch world. So the episode ends, episode 1 ends, and Sabrina basically choosing to not sign the book, Satan's book, that will basically sign off any connection with mortals and the mortal world. She would have to attend the Academy of Unseen Arts full time, and basically it just signifies her journey into the path of dark, and that will be mentioned throughout the series as well. So you have Miss Wardwell. Look out for Miss Wardwell. She is not good news, but she serves her purpose in the end. There's developing storylines with the 3 sisters. Look out for Prudence. A lot of people say they love Prudence, and I guess Prudence is not my favorite character. I actually like Aunt Hilda the most. Aunt Zelda has a very interesting storyline towards the ending episodes of season 1, so look out for that. And Aunt Hilda, she has a little something going on in episode 10, so I don't want to give away everything to you all. This is just a tiny review. Like I said, I don't like to do full episode reviews and full season reviews because I want you guys to watch it and enjoy the series like I do. So that's it. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe and share. Thanks.